Hey there, this is Tiff from Tiffany Mika podcast, and welcome to this week's Lessons Learned. This one I'm going to share with you today. It was a really tough lesson for me. It took me quite a few days to get over, simply because it really affected a person in my life who I absolutely adore and love more than anything, and really had to look at this lesson that I learned. I found it really, really tough. So I wanted to share this with you because you may find this difficult too when you are evaluating what's going on, and it can be painful looking at it, but we want to ensure that we're looking at those types of things so that we're learning from it. It's really important, okay? So I'm going to share with you this lesson, as painful as it was for me early on this week. Even sharing with you, I find it quite painful, but it has to be done. And I wanted to share it with you because we have to look at everything. Okay, we have to look at how we can improve ourselves. Okay, so this is the lesson that I've learnt, and this was how self-evaluation can be really hard. And I found this as a really tough one for me to do this week. And my niece's soccer team on the weekend, they'd won. So they dominated, they played so well, they formed together so well, they created spaces, they looked for each other, they supported each other. It was so fantastic to watch it. But what I found was that my niece was a bit funny around me. And we have such a beautiful relationship, and I can remember when I brought her home for the first time after her being in the hospital. Well, she came home. I didn't bring her home, but my sister brought her home. And I went over there, and she was only a week old, and my sister let me nurse her for hours, and I just sat there and I watched her sleep, and she slept in my arms. God, it was such a beautiful moment. It was so precious. And even before she was born, I made a promise that I was always going to be there for her, and I was never going to let her down. And, I really felt like I let her down last weekend. And you know how I just said I felt that she was really funny with me because she didn't want to give me a hug. She wasn't overly rapt about giving me a hug. She did it because she had to, because I wanted one. And she didn't come up and hug me before the game, and she was reluctant to give me a hug after the game. And I was like, there's something going on here. And what I discovered, that she was disappointed that I had taken her off the field a few times. And she was also disappointed that a few other of the team members I had taken off the field. And the reason that I did that, and I'll just share, because I went back and I looked at it and I was like, okay, well, what were the reasons why I did that? And this was for a few reasons. So one was that I had 4 extra players on the team. So we had 4 subs to get on the field. So there was about 8 players I was trying to mix up. Another reason was that the forwards are really, really strong, and their momentum in passing was really good, and they scored like so many goals, and I wanted just to keep that momentum going. Number 3 was that I wanted to keep the team strong in the forwards, in the top end, to make sure that they were putting the pressure on the other team, not giving them an opportunity. And number 4 was that they're good enough to win, and I wanted to ensure that they were in a good position to win. And then I really looked at why did I get involved in this in the first place. And there's 3 reasons, actually. One was to help my niece, because I love her more than anything in the world. 2, to help her team do well. And 3, to help the players who are not as strong as the forwards, to help them improve their skills. That was all part of the reason why I got involved. And also, number 4, the coach wasn't always there to help because he had other commitments and so on. So I wanted to be there to help them. And when I evaluated, what I actually noticed, what I had done was I felt I wasn't aligned with my initial intention, right? I got swept up in making sure the team won. I got swept up to ensure that I didn't show favourites with my niece and another girl on the team because I don't want to be seen as having favourites, even though my niece is the most important thing to me. I wanted to make sure I was neutral. And, even though my initial intention was to help them. And when I looked at that, I was like, oh, boy, that's hard. And I got swept up in ensuring that they were winning by helping the team get strong. But what I also noticed was that I neglected a few of the kids who also needed extra time playing on the field. And so I found that really hard. So I rang my niece, who's 11. I love her so dearly. And she's so cute. She goes, hello? And I go, hello. And she said, about the sea turtles, I want to sponsor a sea turtle. And which, she's got the most beautiful heart. And then I said, I want to apologise to you. And she went all quiet. And I said to her, I really want to apologise to you. And these are the reasons why. I told her that initially I joined the team to help her out with the coaching and to help her, and how I didn't want to show that I had favourites, and also wanted to tell her how much I loved her, because I do love her more than anything. And I also said that I'm not perfect, and that was really hard on my ego for anything. Like, if you're very proud and strong, you tend to think, you've got this really tough ego. But my niece, or both my nieces, view me as a superwoman, right? And I try to portray that. So I found it really tough saying, look, I'm not perfect. I've made a mistake here. And I wanted to also ensure that she felt comfortable, that she could come and talk to me about anything, because that's what I thought the kind of relationship that we'd actually have, was that she could do that. And really, to be honest, all of this was eating me up inside, and I was feeling as though I'd let her down. I'd let a few of the kids in the team down because I didn't give them enough time on the field. And I just felt it was just really tough. And it was a tough lesson for me, let me tell you, because I'm so used to coaching and I'm so used to having to solve problems for sports people all the time, that I got so caught up in watching this team unfold over the weekend, moving the ball around, great positioning, the process of the team was coming together so well, but I'd neglected a few of the kids for their future development and further development on the field. So for me, it was a really painful lesson, and also from an ego point of view. But you know what? It's important to listen, and it's important to learn how you can improve. And the thing is, it doesn't matter how old you are and how much experience you have, you can still learn. Okay, so that was a really tough lesson for me this past week, but it was an important one, a very important one. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'd love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today. If you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, I'd really appreciate if you could share these episodes with your friends. If you just have 30 seconds to spare, I'd also appreciate a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes. And I want you to dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams. Have an awesome day. Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, yeah.